What's up? What's up? What's up? Happy Monday. Happy Media Mondays, guys. Cynthia Mallard here, always rocking with you again. Thank you so much for checking back in, guys. It's always great to see all of you. And again, thanks for tapping in. Okay. So, listen, today's Media Mondays, ooh, I could not wait. Could not wait to get to you guys just to talk about it. All right. So, um, we'll hint a little bit about the Oscars, right? And the fiasco, the debacle that happened between our beloved Will Smith and our beloved Chris Rock, right? So we'll talk about it, but we'll talk about it in a different way that appeals definitely for our Media Mondays audience, right? And I know you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. But before we get there, as always, I want to make sure that you are subscribed to my YouTube channel. That's where you are viewing Media Mondays. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so that you get, of course, this Media Mondays. You know, you can just put it on replay, watch it over and over and over, as well as all of the other Media Mondays, all the different topics that we have talked about from print, online broadcast, in school, journalism, just whatever it is, whatever, if it's media, we've talked about it in the past years. But yeah, you subscribe and you get all of that, right? You can just kind of go back and just kind of self-teach, right? We are in the age of 2022, and it's all about self-education, right? So not only am I a media specialist, an actress, a host, right? I'm also an educator, right? So that's what I'm doing here. And you are also, right? Because I learned so much from you guys. I take what you guys say, I take what you guys do, right? And I just kind of fashion it and tailor it to myself. And I hope you are doing the same thing. You know, some of the things that I've lived through, I've experienced, that's been passed on to me. I try my best just to pass it back on to you, right? And praying that it is super useful, super helpful for you, your family, friends, whoever. Okay. That's enough. Subscribe right now. Studio Set Stage with me, Cynthia Mallard. Okay. So listen, guys. Yeah. So we did witness the Oscars. We witnessed what happened between two of our I would say people who we look up to, right? Whether they be in the media world, whether they be in the theatrical world, uh, comedic, entertainment, both of them in the entertainment world, two people that we look up to, right? So we will not focus on what happened, why it happened, and that type of thing. But we will focus on the media aspect as far as Chris Rock, right? So Chris Rock was there, as you guys know. He was presenting, right? He was presenting an award, right? Um, but many of you know that Chris Rock, not only is he a phenomenal comedian, right? He is an amazing host, right? How many times has he hosted the Oscars, right? How many times has he hosted just several events, just millions, probably thousands, hundreds, events? You get the point. But he is an ultimate comedian, but he's also an amazing host. So again, we've talked about several aspects of hosting, right? And I just want to harp upon how amazing just even him uh, being a presenter, of course, right? So as a host, guys, you are the presenter, right? You are the person. A host does so much, right? You know it, hosting events. I know it with the hundreds of events that I have hosted throughout my career. There is so much that goes into it. You know, don't you get so mad? Don't you get so burned up when you hear someone say, "Oh, anybody could be a host," or anyone could host that, you know. You've heard people say that. All you do is just get up there and talk. You've heard that, right? And when you hear that, if you're in the business, you just raise your eyebrow because it can go left, right? Pretty darn fast. Believe me, in my career, I've had some things to go left, and it's all about how you handle it. So that's what our focus is tonight for Media Mondays. Okay. Um, you know, in the aftermath of what happened to Chris Rock, right? We saw his skills. We saw his skills. as a host. Did you not see it? Did you see it? Not talking about what happened to him, but we're talking about his reaction, how he kept it together. Do you remember his responses after he was, after he was assaulted by Will Smith? Um, did he run away? Did he shuck and jive to the left, to the right? Did he run behind the assailant? Um, did he falter? No, no. Immediately, the reaction is what a seasoned host does. You use every opportunity to do your job. He was there to present and he kept composure. That is what being a true host, a mistress of ceremonies in my case. But you as a host, it's one of the hardest things to learn in the business. And I tell people, especially when I'm coaching in the past and present, um, it's something that you learn by going through it, right? Because like I said, at different events, things can go left pretty quickly, and you really have to know how to rebound. There can be things going on behind the scenes. There could be things going on to the left, to the right. Sometimes right in front of you. And in the case of Chris Rock, it was happening to him. How amazing it is to keep your composure after something like that happens. No one is really talking about that part. So I felt like it was my duty, especially for Media Mondays, to redirect you, especially for those of you who enjoy host. You have your favorite host, and you got to think about it. Why do I love that host? What is it about that post that you love to death? Normally, more than 90 more than 90% of the time, it's because of the way they deliver. It's because of the way they take you on a journey. Most times it's about how they engage you, how they keep you engaged, right? Chris Rock kept us engaged, right? He kept it professional. um, it's his job as a presenter. When you're a presenter, you are hosting at that block. You're hosting that little segment, okay? So wow, what a masterclass in hosting and presenting. You cannot let anything, I mean anything, knock you off your block. And then sometimes, it's personal. In this incident, it was very personal. Um, but his years of training, his years on stage, his years just doing comedy, his years hosting, his years being around the masters of media and hosting, just prepared him. It prepared him to keep going. And that's what he did. He kept going. As a host, you keep going. I have had virtual, I've hosted virtual, I've hosted in person. And I can tell you, I'll give you some examples. I've had to host events where fights broke out. I've had to host events where artists didn't show up on time, and I had to stay there. I've had to host events where people jeered me in the audience. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you have to have enough, I should say. I'm not beating my chest, but you have to have enough finesse to take it in, right? Turn it all the way around in your brain, in your mind, in your body, put it back out there to where you exemplify the ultimate host. Okay. Oh, I love that topic, and big kudos to Chris Rock, right? Not an easy thing to do, not an easy thing to keep going, not an easy thing to absorb, right? But be fully aware of the audience, to be fully aware that someone is watching you. Millions of people are watching you, right? And to react to something so heinous as an assault, right? But he kept going. He kept going at all cost. It's absolutely beautiful. Um, um, in this business, um, we train. all of our lives to be able to do that, because it's not an easy thing to do, right? So again, we're hoping that Chris Rock can rebound from this, which he already is, right? We already know those shows will be fire. But thank you, Chris Rock, right, for giving us a masterclass in hosting, in presenting, and what you are doing, and the job that you're there to do, and you carry through no matter what. Again, please subscribe, guys, to this my YouTube channel. It's Studiosetstage with me, Cynthia Mallard. I love you so very much, and thanks for tuning in. There is so much more to come. I just want to tell you, you're more than what you think you are. Okay, always remember that you are more than what you think you are. Just keep going, like Chris Rock did. Keep going. Yeah. It happened, but keep going. Okay. Love you guys. Don't forget, you can always reach me, studiosetStage@gmail.com, and hear me talk at gmail.com too. Love you guys. Watch, binge watch, and share.